The biggest thing I'm excited about for this new building is just the open space.
I am blown away. It is twice the size of my classroom before.
You know, you can't explain what it is to go through this process and be involved in the planning and then watch day to day.
So we get to combine two different schools, bringing in new culture, bringing in new traditions, and building our own tradition.
They're already proud of their community. Now they can be proud of the school that their children attend as well.
We've had a great opportunity to kind of carry over legacy of the old building to the new. On the old building, there's a blue tower that's sort of the signpost for the school, and it has very distinctive signage on it. We've been able to recreate that on the front of the building, and everybody who sees that says, oh, that is the school.
So the original Vaughn opened in 1956. So in the last 70 years, we have had so many students, staff, and families come in through our doors and have made really lifelong memories.
The Vaughn students are very unique. I can just connect with them and interact with them, and they're a great group of kids.
I was a student here way back in 2006. I actually have two teachers that still work here. One of them just retired this year. That were my teachers when I attended. So having them now as colleagues that I adore, and I'm like, you guys told me what to do for the best.
One of my staff members now was a student at the old Vaughn, and I taught her several years ago. We do have pictures of her in front of her locker, so it's nice that we are keeping a lot of the memories, but while we're modernizing at the same time.
We've been under construction for the last 2 years. The experience planning has been really exciting because we can take parts of the IB program that we work with every day and envision what we can grow it into and how we can incorporate that in the new building. So it's been a lot of fun.
This project actually starts quite a while ago. It starts pre-COVID in 2018. We began to work with Washoe County School District on a compact footprint middle school that could fit on a number of sites around the district. Vaughn is the second iteration of that. One of the things it does is it embodies a number of key lessons learned, but also it talks about the challenge of building a new school on a very compact site on an existing campus. The building we're in right now is really kind of general classroom wing. There's 3 floors. Each floor is relatively the same. There's some minor differences, according to grade level curriculum. And where we're standing right now is the student hub. This area will have a more casual furniture. It's really for students to come out and sort of individual work or some small team work together. And just behind this mural on the right is what they call the teaming room. And that's where they bring teams of 3 to 4 classes together to do larger group projects, to do presentations.
I think that the teaming rooms and the large learning hubs can be a great space for students to get out of the traditional 4-wall classroom, to be able to have some flexible learning spaces and environments, to partner with other programs or other classrooms, to be able to really socialize and enhance their learning.
Being one of the first schools to be part of the modernization, I think is going to be such a highlight for the community. Just walking through the classroom and seeing all the high-tech stuff that we have, and we get to be the first to experience it. The students and the staff were excited to be, we're part of the opening, we're part of the new Vaughn.
I'm excited to get in the new building and have the spaces to do with the students the things that we've wanted to do. The gym is absolutely amazing. Big, bright, beautiful. Eagles everywhere. The library is extremely exciting.
We really have space for everything the library does now, and a dedicated maker area, which I'm so excited about because my maker space has been bins and sort of quick change, get the bins out, throw the bins under the counter. That's been our maker space. So to have a dedicated classroom for that, I feel like I can have a dedicated program for that. On top of those sort of formal teaching areas, there's also a lot of kind of flexible places where students can study, sit and play board games, sit and read, have their club meeting, and I'm really excited to not have to constantly be kind of multi-purposing all the spaces.
So with our large spaces, there's a lot of opportunities for classrooms to come together and collaborate, have some cross-curricular collaboration, and really work on that global mindset.
Because this is an international baccalaureate program, there's greater emphasis on STEM and some cross-curriculum coordination, and so we have these STEM classrooms and library, which are kind of together as a learning node, if you will. It's where those kind of activities are close together.
As a teacher, it allows me to have more flexibility with our projects. So for example, we now have several drones that we wanted to interact with, but in my old classroom, there was limited space. There was no ability for us to use them. So these wide open rooms, I should be able to do all of that and more.
I am excited about having an actual full-size gym. Our gym at the old building was not a full standard basketball court. So to have this big gym is going to be great. I think it's great that we can spread the spectators out to just give that atmosphere for games.
I'm excited for, yes, taking into account our deaf and hard of hearing staff and students. Having wide open spaces is very deaf friendly for visual access. And then my classroom is a little bit special in that I have 2 smaller rooms that my students and staff can go into when we're working in large groups. The big traditional classrooms can be very distracting with auditory or visual distractions, so we have these smaller spaces.
I think the most exciting thing about the upcoming year is definitely being able to play with all the new technology that we get and actually having functioning technology, as well as we're probably one of the few schools that do get to combine.
So I think I'm really just excited to get the staff and students together. We've been working a lot with having activities with both student bodies, really blending into one school community.
We always have the new students. This will allow us to have a bigger student body, so that will be a big change. We have a lot of new staff members, and then of course our space. So I think, to me, it feels like almost like starting a new job, really.
I think integrating 2 schools that have played each other and been rivals into one sports program is gonna actually be kind of exciting. We've always had a low number try out for sports here at Vaughn, and I know Pine has had low numbers as well. So hopefully we're gonna get big numbers and have competitive teams with some of the other schools that maybe we weren't competitive with before. We're all gonna be Eagles, we're all gonna be Vaughn kids.
There were some site challenges we had to work with. You know, the site for Vaughn is a little over 9 acres. I think it's 9.2 acres, which for a modern middle school is actually really small. The building shape is kind of governed by what space you have available, so it's really an L shape. There are some kind of interesting complications here. One of them is that there's a cell tower right in the middle of the site, and we actually had to design the building around the cell tower. It'll be moved once the building's done, but that was some of the things that we had to work really carefully on. And when the old building is gone and the fields are there, I don't think anybody will feel like this is a building that, you know, is compromised by its site.
It was very exciting to watch the process happen from demoing the old 01 building, demoing the ground, and then just watching it build. That was super exciting.
I'm most excited to finally be in our new building. It has been a long time coming with the planning and construction. For the longest time, we've made the best we can with what little we have. We were literally bursting at the seams. For my program especially, we have a speech pathologist who comes just to work with my kiddos. So every time she came, I'd have to say, okay, what class do I have now? When is my room available? If my room's not available, where can we fit you? Can we stick you in a vice principal's office? So now just having so much space, I think we're a little overwhelmed of what do we do with all of this?
One of the things that's been out of reach for us, just because of limited space, honestly, it's been space is the biggest issue. Having the one small classroom where we can do our basic lessons and our coding and our just introductions, and then to come in here and be able to have the space for the drones and the robotics. For example, the Vex IQ has a fling bot. I could never get away with using those in our hallways or in my classroom because someone would get hit or something would get hit. But in here, there's plenty of space, right? Little mini catapults if we really wanted to, you know?
The district was interested in how to give back to the school that's being disrupted while that's happening. And one of those is they were very clear about trying to develop criteria for student engagement and teacher engagement during construction. It's given us a great opportunity, not just TSK, but the contractor as well, to participate in the educational process over the last couple of years. And so we've been able to be in the classroom, you know, providing education, support, and add to the success of the school as they move into the building.
You know, for the 2 years that we've been under construction, I opted not to have a closed fence because I wanted the students to see day to day what's happening on the other side of the fence. Then to bring the kids on tours once we started the building, and to take kids to Savage and Sons, and they could see the welding, they could see pipe crimping, they got to play with the crimper and do the pipe crimping, and then to see the community partners come back in for our career day.
I actually helped write the criteria for the district that, you know, would be the basis for this engagement. I'm a former professor of architecture, 31 years of teaching. For me, it was an opportunity to kind of come back into the classroom, and I've probably taught, I don't know, 40 or 50 class sessions over the last 2 years here. So that's been like a fantastic part of this whole process.
So far, I gotta say I'm really proud of our staff and how we've been able to navigate just existing here and interacting with who is in what room and what rooms are gonna be used how, and just the camaraderie that we've shared trying to figure all this out as a team. It's not even about the big building, it's about how our staff has handled this moving into it. That's been really awesome.
Sports in general at Vaughn are very important. We have a lot of families that come out and support our students. Being a coach for both basketball and soccer and having new playing fields is going to be so excited. We've been having to travel for the last 2 years with soccer since we don't have a field. We won't have to walk to the park for practice and it won't cut into our practice time.
Well, it's going to mean a lot because we'll be able to dribble a basketball on this brand new floor and not have dead spots. The volleyball team is super excited to be able to come and practice on actual practice courts. If we had to practice with 2 teams in the old gym, we had to use ratchet straps and stuff to keep our poles safe. So we're gonna have actual practice courts with the in-ground standards. I was super excited to see how bright and how big and how fresh everything looks.
Have you shot a basket here yet?
I have not. We just got some equipment moved over, so I have not been able to shoot yet.
We run a food pantry that's open every Thursday morning from 9 to 11. Going into the new building, we will have a family resource center where families can come get help with job applications, transportation, medical appointments, anything that they need to support the family. We'll still have communities and schools to support the students. Now we're bringing in more community, more schools, and to see the 2 groups working together to support us and to support the community is just outstanding.
We have a CIS Communities in Schools personnel who works here named Miss Jamie. She works with our surrounding community to help make sure students have food, have clothes, take care of them, just like making sure they can get to and from school, There's a bunch of us teachers like myself who are trained to do at-home visits. We go out and interact with families in their space. But to be able to then say, come to the school where we have all the resources and open space to actually use said resources is going to be huge for those families.
One thing here, our community has a very high Spanish-speaking population. So I was thrilled to see that in the school and the artwork, we have messages in English and in Spanish, so really honoring our local community.
Part of our attendance zone pulls from the Reno Sparks Indian Colony. We involved the members of the colony and their leadership in creating the murals, which was fabulous to have them work with TSK to get the murals. And they were so excited to provide pictures, artwork, and photographs that are now the murals in the building.
So this mural here pays homage to some of our local native tribes and also Pyramid Lake, which is a huge part of the community. You can see back there our old building, so lots of great memories there. And then finally at the very end is an eagle, which was painted by our student leadership a few years ago inside of the original Vaughn, so it's nice that we have that back here in the new Vaughn.
It's really increased the relationship and the partnership between the Reno Sparks Indian Colony and the school, which is a great thing.
We spent a good deal of time trying to understand the history of the school here because it's been here since 1956. One of the things you'll see is that, they're the Eagles. They've been the Eagles forever. When you go around the school, you'll see a lot of Eagle memorabilia.
We have set this space up so that the students feel at home as much as possible, just aesthetically, but then physically, they know where their teachers already are.
As the year ended, we all talked about our fears and what made us happy coming into the new building. And majority of the kids just responded, we get to have something new for the first time.
They've come home from previous middle school competition, from visiting other schools, and asked, Miss, why do we have a gym like this? Why does our gym look like this? Why do they have a better, fancier gym? Now we have the big fancy gym.
I think the students will take a lot of pride in this new facility for athletics. They'll be more willing and excited to have their friends and family come and watch them.
I would like to see Vaughn be more of a community commonplace for Washoe County, not just somewhere that's been kind of side-eyed, if you will. I just want to see us become more of a prominent spot for the district.
Personally, I'm excited for the first day, right? Because when people come in on the first day is when everybody's so excited and it's new and fresh and everything.
Day one is going to be a lot of craziness and excitement. Personally, I've been in the new building several times and I still get lost. It's huge, which is very exciting. So much room to grow.
For me, day one's going to be what's one thing that you're excited for? What's one thing you might see as different? Just first impressions.
Day one is going to be chaotic. Lots of caffeine for sure. Trying to guide the new kiddos that we have coming in to, you have to get from point A to point B in 3 minutes. Use your walking feet.
I think the kids are going to be, some of them have seen it, but I think they're gonna just be mind blown.
Several of my current year students have asked The big one was how many floors are there and which floor are we on?
The students have said that they are just excited about the new school in general. A lot of the athletes have said they're excited about the new gym. A lot of students have said they're excited about a new library to have a bigger space and more books and stuff.
The library has an upper level mezzanine. That's part of how the building was designed, but it also takes advantage of the fact that the library, is adjacent to some two-story spaces. Everybody's excited about what to do on that mezzanine. I don't know if they know yet or not, but it's like, the opportunity is there for them to take advantage of.
I think sometimes some of the parents and older siblings are even more excited than the new kids to come in because they remember the old Vaughn, and we're just so thrilled to be in the new Vaughn.
My first impression of this room, and to be brutally honest, was, oh my God, what am I gonna do with all this space? I'm so used to 30 kids crammed into a room that was built for 20. It's huge, I'm excited. Like, this is so much opportunity for us as teachers and as our students.
I think it shows how much that the district does value our students and know that they deserve more than what they had, and that they were the first ones to receive it.
Growing up in the neighborhood and finally seeing us get an amazing building is so powerful. Seeing that the community's getting something new and shiny, just like other schools that are getting renovated. The kids get to see that hard work can lead to nice things.
That's a brand new net.
I get a couple practice shots. Did you get that?
So nothing is impossible. The word itself says, I'm possible.